Hey guys, welcome back to the Folklore Scrolls. Here again with me, John.
And the other guy, Goose. It's me.
Yeah!
Because that's me. And here with me.
Okay.
You want to get gone? Let's do it. What's up first? Who's on first?
Okay, so today, it's going to surprise you all. Everybody's going to be shocked. But we're going to start off with SCP today.
Wow.
And today, we found ourselves a crazy looking one, actually. This is like, looks like, not even going to read it yet, but this is like, got a picture. It's like a giant round ball that looks like an eye almost, like a plastic eye.
Like a porcelain carved eye.
Yeah. So this is SCP-4018, Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4018 is kept in Site-57's low-risk anomalous object storage vault. No imagery of SCP-4018 may be distributed to any media outlet. Any photographs or videos of SCP-4018 found outside of containment must be destroyed. Any activation of 4018's anomalous effect constitutes a breach of security. When this occurs, 4018 is to be acquired or reacquired by the Foundation as soon as possible. To this end, both conventional retrieval methods and sabotage of SCP-4018-A are permitted. A's power over the Foundation, if any, must be negated. Containment operations are considered finished once A is no longer active. Once this occurs, any evidence of 4018 must be erased from public record. When possible, falsified records should be provided to replace the removed information.
The description: SCP-4018 is an anatomical model of the human eye, constructed of ivory and horn. Its design is consistent with similar models constructed in Europe in the 17th century. Now, SCP-4018 is significantly more resistant to damage than its composition would indicate. 4018's anomalous effects activate when a photograph or video is to be published by a media outlet, hereby 4018-A. When this occurs, 4018's A control over SCP-4018 will become directly correlated with its success, in quotations, for as long as it is extant. Physical possession of SCP-4018, legal ownership of it, or power over any party that possesses or owns 4018 corresponds to higher earnings, greater financial stability, wider viewership, readership, and more public or critical regard. The reverse is also true. So that was a big bunch of words, but what I'm getting here is, if the more you show it,
it's
the more successful
activated.
you are.
So I'm guessing it's just like a false eye, and if the person with a false eye, or that's 4018, is photographed by a media outlet, so like let's say a newspaper, then that's when it's like activated to be the picture of the person with the eye is considered 4018-A. So additionally, while 4018 anomalous effects are active, the concept of 4018-A success will become indistinguishable from that of its control over 4018. Subjects will use the two concepts interchangeably in all situations without any discernible loss of meaning. Knowledge or one concept confers a similar degree of knowledge about the other. For example, a subject that knows 4018's exact location and legal status will also have detailed knowledge about -A's viability and vice versa. This makes it difficult to ascertain the exact nature of the correlation between 4018's -A control over 4018 and its success, as subjects who consider the two concepts identical will fail to make the distinctions necessary to properly trace cause and effect. Relevant records made with 4018 as active have not been interpreted usefully after the fact and are often barely legible.
Interesting. So, because not much is known about SCP, the documents they have on them are also not very known. So they become blurred.
Wow.
I think. It has been hypothesized It has been hypothesized that SCP-4018's effects are ontological, i.e., that SCP-40-A success and its control over 4018 become truly identical for the duration of the effect, rather than merely impossible for the humans to discern. Make sure the text is up, please. If true, this would account for the practical correlation between the two as well as the cognitive effects. However, it is not currently possible to test this hypothesis. Are you getting any of this?
So, what I'm, discerning from this...
Discern for me.
...is that, 4018 on its own is harmless.
That's right.
So, it only becomes a SCP if there's a photograph taken of it.
That's right.
And then whoever, I guess, has the photograph knows where the other one is or can discern, its powers. I guess it's, this one's, very vague, but I'm guessing that if there's a photograph taking of it, then it becomes successful, and then a lot of people, view it and maybe become kind of hypnotized by it in a way. It makes them believe something that is not in fact true, or believe an event or a person is there and they're not.
The photograph becomes the base for the main object to become identical to.
Oh, okay.
How identical it becomes and why success is involved is hard to understand.
Yeah, it doesn't really give us too much information on that. And if we keep reading, we might get some more.
Let's see. SCP-4018 can affect multiple instances of -A simultaneously. When this occurs, fierce competition between the -A instances often ensues, the exact nature of which is difficult to discern. That's not helpful. Talk about the recovery.
Note that the following material attempts to describe specific events that occurred while SCP-4018 was active, and thus may be confusing for readers. Attempts to obtain a clearer understanding of these events are ongoing. SCP-4018 was discovered following an arson of a U.S. Army recruiting office in Columbus, Ohio. A local news station received an anomalous letter containing SCP-4018 and a video cassette tape depicting an unidentified individual. Designation POI 4018-0, committing the arson in question. The video transcribed below prominently features SCP-4018 in a shot also containing the person's face. Editor's note: this section may require a rewrite to comply with quality standards reasons other unspecified. With the approval of the local police department, broadcast of the image of -0's face in an attempt to identify the individual, thus subjecting to its effects. This resulted in a negotiation of public outcry away from 4018's controversy towards the Foundation, albeit at the cost of armed coverage. Ultimately, the Foundation destroyed with a targeted bank vault campaign, thus securing 4018 with minimal casualties.
Wait. What happened? What happened? It resulted in negotiation of public outcry.
So a guy sent in a cassette tape.
I got that part.
That showed it was him, and it showed his face.
Okay.
Which I believed, maybe he had the eye.
Yeah, he did. This resulted in the negotiation of public outcry away from the 418's controversy.
So after they broadcasted his face. So they wanted to, broadcast his face to find out who he was. So it's one of those things you see. This person committed arson, and we're trying to find him. Contact the local police office if you have any information. So that's what they did. But once they broadcast his face, it subjugated. So it does hypnotize people, it seems. It resulted in a negotiation of public outcry away from the controversy.
Away from his controversy and towards the Foundation. Okay, so people stopped caring about him and were more angry towards the Foundation because the eye was in the Foundation at the time?
They secured it after?
Albeit at the cost of armed coverage. They're using a lot of terms I'm not familiar with.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the Foundation destroyed the broadcasting station with a targeted bank vault campaign. What does that mean?
Maybe we'll find out with the addendum.
Is this purposely like hard to understand, which is why they said it might need a rewrite?
Maybe.
Because not a lot is understood, they're using a lot of weird terms, so people can't really understand what happened.
Well, didn't they say, like, earlier that if somebody found, like, if somebody viewed it and tried to make a transcription of it, it would be illegible?
Something like that. I think past, like, if there's a newspaper of them, and they kept one, I think like that newspaper is now like illegible.
Right.
Something like that.
So, addendum. Transcript of video log of -0. The footage appears to have been shot with a cell phone camera. Presumably, it was transferred to videotape afterwards.
The footage begins abruptly, with the camera operator, -0, pouring gasoline from a gas can onto various surfaces of the recruiting center's interior. After 2 minutes, the subject exits through the front door, taking several seconds to prop it open again with a nearby doorstop.
Okay, yeah. Fuck that. I recorded the whole thing. But about why I'm doing this, and why, and what my kind of worldview is. But then I realized that no one cares, and that the only part of this video is going to be at the end. So you get the short version.
-0 continues to pour gasoline as they back roughly 15 meters away from the building, then tosses the empty jug to the side.
I do just want to say real quick that I'm sorry. Sorry that I can't do anything except mess with the media while the plant is burning. Obviously, also, I'm sorry for the forcing the issue.
The sound of a lighter can be activated off-screen is heard.
I know how easy it is to pretend that the old pretenses and the euphemisms still hold up, and that people take the easy route when confronting things head-on is hard. So I'm sorry for making things that much harder to cope with. But really, you know I had to do it to them.
-0 tosses a lighter onto the ground, igniting the gasoline. The fire spreads towards the recruitment center. Shortly after it reaches the interior, the building goes up in flames.
If I'm pissing you off, or you think arson is illegal, you can get back at me by putting my fat fucking face on your website. I'm a gay Stan who loves ice skates and hates small business.
My God.
Wow.
That's
all the keywords.
-0 sets the camera on an unidentified surface and steps in front of it for the first time. Due to the abnormal lighting conditions and low quality of the video, the subject's demographic information cannot be discerned. 4018 is located in the subject's left eye socket.
Take a good look at your future.
-0 raises their hand to their face and attempts to pull 4018 out of their eye. The recording ends abruptly after several seconds.
Footnotes. Generally, this is considered a trivial or nonsensical problem akin to considering the correlation between a phenomenon and itself. Huh. So did the SCP make him do that? Or
No.
did he see... Okay, so he's -0. So he's like when they discovered it.
Akin to considering the correlation between a phenomenon and itself. I see. So the bigger... So the eye was seen burning, so everyone thought the eye itself was a huge deal. Something like that.
Ah, okay.
I think we figured it out.
This is going to be a hard one for YouTube. I'm going to have to basically either remove the entire middle sentence, which I don't know if I can, or
You mean
just bleep it out.
I mean, yeah, you just put a sound there. As long as you
like,
don't.
I think ice skates. Like even me saying it again, I'm going to...
You know what you do? You record like a replacement word that's like obviously overdubbed and put it over top. Like instead of ISIS, you would
Blanket.
say... Yeah.
Duh.
Or like... What's the word that rhymes with... Ice skates.
Yeah, ice skates.
Who loves ice skates and hates small business.